what happened in practice, but definitely interesting, and they'll have to start on the T side.
Yeah, it will also be their debut on Nuke in this year as well. So it's been a couple of months now, or at least one, for them to get it ready and raring for a new season of play. The series is bound to end with a bang as we go into Nuke.
And Overpass did go into, Anubis went into overtime, but there was a 2v4 and a 1v3 in crucial moments from G2 in there. So it was a much tougher game for them than the score shows. Heroic could have closed it out earlier, and let's see what happens on Nuke.
Well, G2 going to start off rushing ramp. Tessa's here. Dual Berettas get nothing done. Kicksam rotates in and makes out like a bandit with a trade kill there to find the 4v4. Dropping down lower, they want to try and fight for B. Clean shot from Honesty, and he will secure the second as well. He can really do it all. Will that be enough to keep G2 in it? In the 4v2, things are looking good for them here in this pistol round at least.
What was it, 17 win streak that we saw broken back in the first season of Pro League last year? It was Fnatic to break it. G2, though, need to return to their former glory, and right now this pistol round is going swimmingly. Nikodos has had a fantastic series. There's no doubt about that. I think that's, you know, we knew Nerds was the real deal when he joined this team. Hoped he'd be able to keep it up with his previous coach, Asor, but I think the question was Nikodos, and he has delivered in spades. Surely a dead man here at the end of the round. He's taking them all out with him. Oh my, Nikodos. It's only for style, but style is there.
Honestly, he's like, guys, please. You know, can we just not?
One more shot. Oh, he just guarantees he dies at the bomb.
But I think it looks sort of easy for G2 up until the very end, but I can't stress how difficult those two kills for Monacy and how crucial they were. Nerds goes down to B immediately, so they're not really expecting him to be behind Silo, and that's a pretty strong fight for him here. Luckily for G2, he doesn't hit the initial shots onto Monacy, and Monacy is able to dispose of both him and Shuj. You can see he knows he had a great chance there to save the round for his team. So G2 get away with one early on, courtesy of Monacy.
Rushing towards ramp, and this time you've got jumping Mac 10s to worry about, so a whole different ball game for Tesses, but hell, he's bought the mitt out. He catches that first one. Next are dead. Nearly the follow-up on Hunter as well, but just cut down. Instead, it's going to be Kicksan and Nerds making quick work of this. Monacy falls, but Nerds is still backed into this corner. Surely gets away with nothing more, and Nico will deliver the trade at least. 2v2. The dust settles down on B, and G2 are given a moment to breathe. Molly displaces that bomb plant for the time being. Hooksy won't be able to get that plugged in.
Are they leaving? And if they are, I think the read is already there. They went back into the vents. Are Heroic going to pre-rotate when it goes quiet? No, they won't.
I mean, here's the thing, right? G2 already lost their kind of Goliath player in Monacy right at the tip of the round. With that stack down towards lower, Nikodos still very much in the picture, and he's sporting that hero M4 here. He's not even had to fire a bullet off yet.
Nico shouldn't be able to lose this round if he's staying heaven and Hooksy's planting for him. He's got a Molotov. He will be up in the rafters. Hooksy's going to wait for Nico to be taking the fight, clearing position. Molly goes for Hut just in case there is a pre-rotate, but this feels unlosable right now for G2, given the position. And I think Heroic have accepted their fate. Saves on all sides. 2 AKs get out of the round, so could have gone worse. Take it into what will be a full eco. Although, no guarantees. We know how big that blast radius is on the new nuke. Timing is not great there for Hooksy, but they just want to live, really. If he allows it.
And there's a reason why Heroic is also doing this. It worked wonders for them on Anubis, right? I mean, it was all the saves early on that net them the first round, and then also it meant a lot for their economy. They didn't have to go for as many half-buys or ecos. So they're going to be... They're not going to feel as bad about this round. You know, you just want to keep putting pressure on your opponent's economy. That way, you know, once they win a round, eventually, it's going to mean a lot moving forward. And even here, you know, they reinvest a little bit on some of the players, giving themselves a chance to steal one away from G2.
Oh, and they're stacking heavy over towards ramp. They've noticed that G2 have got a bit of an affinity for it at the start of this game. They're going to come through with the pressure. Falls immediately with Hut conceded. Kicksands given free reign in lobby. Next are tucked in, but they're already up on the roof. They'll be able to calm that down the line at least. Right now they should look to maybe chase down Kicksand up here. Just work on isolating this one player who thinks he's in the back line, but in reality he's playing right into their hands. G2 stabilize. 3v2 given over. And now it's Tessez and Nikodos. Similar situation of the last round. This time Nikodos down at lower. They split the defense 1-1. Low HP on Nexa in the back of the lobby. And even though he's got teammates nearby, they're not here to trade just yet, only now arriving. If Tessez can muster up another magic Deeg shot, that might help massively, but no love found for Tessez. They're going to go ramp right into Nikodos. They're playing right into his hands. This guy's having a phenomenal series, and they're about to discover him on the ramp room. One kill, no more, as m0NESY cuts him down. The two giants of this matchup clash over at the ramp room, and thank goodness m0NESY's there to keep that round in check.
Nexa was knife out and didn't check him, so I think if obviously you don't want to risk it because that angle is so tight, but if Nikodos held his shot, I think he's guaranteed the first two there. That was very, very close for G2, but they will take their anti-ecos in their stride. 3-0 before the guns come through for Heroic. Gonna have a yard take, a boost up. m0NESY looking for a pick, but that deep smoke means anyone could be close. Nico, a rifler to be feared in this position on both halves. And they're actually playing wider than the smoke. The spam is perfect. He even sees the AWP on top of the box, so Nerds, no need to reface. Crosses back garage. Powerful position. Even allows main as an entrance. G2 are kind of milling around in the yard now with no real util but a smoke on m0NESY. And no opportunity presented.
Yeah, can at least use that to smoke off main. Try give them an isolated fight onto Nerds, who's still lurking around in the back of the garage. He'll swing out here, and HooXi is on the receiving end of that. There's no chance at a trade. Really, all the real estate they have is just kind of hinging on getting down secret. Nexa even spotted back in the lobby. And m0NESY will just cross out with the bomb. Still has to worry about Nerds, who's been a real pest in the garage. Just pushing and prodding G2 as they tried to make moves out in the yard. He bides his time. And with 20 seconds left, G2 are going nowhere quickly. This one is written off. They do not want to even attempt it. Nerds doesn't give them a choice. He's going to go hunting for these kills down in secret. Dropping the AWP, but Hunter will be able to retrieve it at least. That's something for G2. It's a very good round from Heroic here. All kind of hinging on Nerds as the one man to accomplish it all outside.
That's a massive kill for him to get in the end, right? It makes all the difference, because from having an AWP and 2 AKs for G2, now they have 1 AWP, 1 AK, 3 pistols. It's a completely different round. But I'm not sure here if m0NESY was holding him, if we could see it. That whole play seems devised to punish that peak, right? Like, I mean, that's such an easy peak for Nerds to an easy spam for Nerds to go for.
That smoke almost looked like it was in the way from m0NESY's POV when we first saw that peak.
Yeah, because if that's not the play, then it's just sort of a very easy way for Nerds to punish. But 2 pistols, SMG on the side of G2. Heroic taking the timeout here.
Yeah, I mean, you feel like the last thing you want to do is make life any easier for Nerds.
And we always talk in these rounds, right? Like, when you see this, what is the fastest way to lose a round if you're CT? Okay, it's an upper rush, but even some upper sort of pop, like throwing smoke. So the thing you want to do as CT, use your HEs in hut immediately, use a deeper molly so you delay the timings for them. So you figure out if they throw smokes outside, are they actually doing something with it or not? Are they going to go out ramp? And that enables you to sort of solve the puzzle bit by bit if you're Heroic.
Well, you can imagine, especially in a round like this, m0NESY is feeling pressure to be involved early, and don't get me wrong, he's had no issue with that across the series so far. But his peak will get denied in at ramp. Instead, they're going to let him work outside with the AWP. Nerds uprooted their entire life last time. Will he be able to do it again, or will m0NESY get the drop on him?
Break, a good time, but no kill for Nerds. Just a bit of light damage to Nico, and a player gets by. They know about it. The possibility is there. Heroic send kicks him down the vent, but he's barely surviving from that early spam, and there's a little more later on. Nico does the third nade to break the smoke, will be the lucky golden ticket, and he'll take two with it. Want to see a flick. He even hits the zoom again as he takes Nico Doz's head out and off. 3-on-4, G2, they're still uncomfortable, but with kicks and solo, he can't even play for information here in B. He just has to tuck in, try and take one with him on a last-ditch attempt. 30 seconds, G2 will be going for this one.
Yeah, even one kill from Kicksan. There you go, that's worth its weight in gold. The fact he gets away with that, m0NESY's taken into the trade at least, but Tessez still lurks inside of this site. One more man left to get through. Gonna hold the vent for the rotate, but Nurse is already down. Through secret, Tessez might have been spotted, but they're not able to deal with him, and m0NESY gets boxed in as the last man standing. That fast flank through secret, the move down the vent. Heroic were all there, primed and ready to go, blocking m0NESY out of another clutch attempt.
I mean, that's really nice team play from Heroic, right? Like, that's a third HE that you use outside. No way G2 is expecting it. They make a conscious decision to sort of fight for yard, be weak on other spots on the map, ramp. And they force G2 on a Glock equal.
They even delayed, like, after the first first nade, they wait, the second nade comes in, they delayed. And of course, it's the third one. Heroic well prepared for the wall, and Nerds will put them to bed outside. Already 2 kills. Oh, he's really hungry for the ecos. Don't worry, Nikodos is here. Someone's got to have him. And really, you want 5 alive, but Nico has denied that. Don't give him too much room. Hunter jumping to his death, and Nico with a chance to break the bank.
I was a bit surprised that last round with m0NESY on the AWP that he's not just waiting for exactly the break and sort of getting the frags, right? But sometimes it's hard to nail the timing. Also, there's so many angles you need to watch out for when those smokes do break.
He certainly will be now. Oh, Nico's been spotted, presumably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Kicksan knew he had that one playing right into his hand, and so Heroic tie this game up now at 3-all as they brush aside that Glock round. Sure, you get the 1 kill out of Nico, but Heroic still make money on the back of that round. Smooth moves from m0NESY at the start, but actually then caught by the nade.
They're having fun.
All right, then.
Oh, the shadow. That is such, this is one of the more annoying shadows in the game. Nuke radio. Got to watch out there.
Yeah, Nuke is a fair few, right?
Oh, I love it.
Lobby aggro. Rest of Heroic moving in with him. They try to offset the pace early here. They know the rifles are coming back out for G2, and they look to get in their heads. They disrupt whatever game plan G2 might have had with instant lobby aggression. m0NESY left in the clutch. How many times have you had to say that today? Nails the first, but where does he go from here? Lobby conceded, bomb controlled, and Nikodos still roaming out in the yard on this AWP. There's no free real estate for m0NESY here. He's got to earn every inch. And so as he makes his way around, or bearing down upon him, he's not to know that yet. You favor Nikodos in this one without a shadow of a doubt.
What's he trying to do? Fake some steps forward and go back. This won't be heard. And they're moving, no muscles, holding that bomb. You asked Yanko what the fastest way for the CTs to lose the round was. Well, this was the fastest way for the Ts. What a layered attack into the lobby. m0NESY waits in the smoke fade. But they've already pulled back. 30 seconds, they've got the bomb site. You can have the bomb. What are you going to do with it? He's going to waste so much time just trying to pick this back up.
Yeah, right. I mean, he's fully expecting them to still be kind of hanging around and fighting for this, and it's only now that the penny's starting to drop. Okay, they've given me the bomb, but that means they're playing back within the sites. And as he moves in, you've got this orb watching outside. Nikodos makes quick work of Monacy and locks him out of another clutch attempt. Heroic up in the lead, and for G2, while they're trying to catch their bearings back in the lobby, while they're listening to whatever Hooksy have planned, Heroic just move in and lay waste to whatever the game plan was here. That is a devastating way for your return to the rifle rounds to go.
Yeah, this is just a really, really good CT side from Heroic, right? Great change of pace for them to go aggressive, catching G2 off guard despite the deep molly, and Shush sort of showing himself that he's advancing. And because there's no bomb plans, I mean, this is just pistols and armor for G2 trying to hit some deagle shots, but nothing to be found. And from this point on, the goal is to just win a round or two, right? Because Heroic is dominating so much, they're out of reset territory. Probably for the remainder of the half, depending on how many guns they lose in this round.
Just the one. And Nerds retrieves the AWP at least. So yeah, once again, it's another money-making round for Heroic. G2, the last time they bought these guns out, their round ended abruptly as hell. So this time they're going to be cautious.
Earlier we mentioned that G2 Fnatic game where G2's 17 win streak got broke on this map, and that was at the start of last year. You know who broke that win streak? It was Nikodos going 23-5 on Nuke and coming up with a 12-round CT first half. Right now he is on the money to do that once again.
Well, here we are, pace change out of G2. They try to bring the heat to Heroic, and no scope from Nikodos. But it's not without its own setbacks. It's just the one and done. A 2-on-3 in the retake here. Money available for Heroic so they can justify giving this a little look in. The util's going to burn Nico out into the open.
Oh, no.
And he even perishes in that Molotov. G2 might get the plant, but now it's even odds, and suddenly Heroic are interested. It's waits back in main. There's a re-smoke in his face, and he tries to react off the back of it. Won't be given anything. Molly misses, falls down the ladder. That could be a bit of a disaster. Heroic might have just looked to save if that molly came in, but instead they throw themselves out through heaven, and it takes Monacy with a swift double kill to keep that round in good standing for G2. Monacy as the one consistency they've been able to rely on. It's great that he's able to keep it going here in this third map. But this one gets real close considering the success that G2 have early. I don't know what happened here. I mean, I know he's worried about getting swung from heaven, but just dies in the fire. Oh, Nikodos' aggression out in the yard. Aggression across the board. And he's now on a very deep angle. Even takes that swing, but it's just the tag to Nico, who counts his lucky stars, because for the first time, one of these Nikodos shots doesn't just wreck the round from the get-go. He gets out with his life intact, and now Monacy even steps up to the plate and was given a chance to extend this lead here.
That's only the second opening fight that G2 have won in the map, and both have come from Nico 10 rounds into the game. Spells disaster, but it's also impressive that G2 still have 4 rounds despite that.
But look at the disparity in utility, right? Only one smoke left on Kickstun, so much utility for G2. 1 minute on the clock. They have a lot of options here.
They're going to fake out A and walk back to ramp. It's Tesses in this position on his own, holding down with a nice headshot angle, but they can pop out of nowhere here. He's going to get a lot of dinks off. Hooksy dead, no trade. Tesses coming back for more, but his teammate gets mollied. Is he still going to commit? No. That would be ballsy. No help from hell. Tesses must retreat, and G2 don't know where to go or what to do.
Yeah, I mean, the fact they feel so fried here, when, as you point out, Yanka, they've got all this util to play around with. They had the 5v4. This felt golden. This felt like a diamond in the rough type round for the G2 squad. And now they look real fearful. And with good reason. Nico and Modesty, the two players that are actually doing something for G2, both softened up. That kind of takes the bite out of these execs as they move into the B side. Tesses could disrupt this here and now. Denies the plant. Nico is out with one. Plant just coming in. They won't be able to stop it in time, but the round goes the way of Heroic. Just a few milliseconds too late to getting that bomb down.
Felt like they had it. I'm with you, Harry. That felt like they had the plant just in time. No one even got off the bomb, but G2 a second too late, and it all comes from Tesses, who sits inside of that smoke and wins the round. I want to say there was a G2 smoke. They threw that for Decon Door, and they missed it.
But look at this. I mean, if we can have the HUD here or not, it doesn't matter. But at this moment, before they go in, there's so much utility left on G2, right? Like, you could use it to fake up with more utility and then go ramp. Why are you just searching in a 5v4, right? Giving Tessis an easy kill. I feel like that was a mistake from G2 this time around, and it also, they need more time to clear him and everything. They end up running out of time. So with so much utility, use it.
I'm shocked he gets away with that backside kill. It's all off of a missed smoke from G2 as well. A bomb drop, and they had time to stick it, but just a second too late. Heroic looking to rob this opening series of the group stage away from G2, and they're doing it in fantastic form right now. You thought you had the leftovers of that Danish squad. Well, right now they are putting on a masterclass.
That was just such a huge round, right? Because the money was getting low for both teams. Look at this force now from G2 behind the saved guns.
Break is available. Two players very quick. And no spots. Monacy's over. He's looking for them peeking as the break comes in. It's a nice way of dealing with it, but he's not wide enough to find the kill. Sure, G2 get down to secret at least, but that bomb will not be with them.
And it's hard now because exactly they don't have the C4, so you have two players down. Either you're going to use them to draw attention and bait something, or you try to split with them through ramp, but that's an easy call for Heroic.
Heaven Orb as well, got to be careful.
Another opener for Nico. Early 5v4 given to G2. And as we've so often said, this has to be the one they capitalize on. Last time they almost got scared in this position. Freaked out by the Tesses kill at ramp, but Nico is looking to make it happen. A second kill down at lower. Nerds trading places, and that's the bomb, but a turnaround from Hunter, and a pivotal kill there. The Tech-9 delivers. Hunter dies falling down, but the bomb makes it. Monacy even rings out with another, and now it's Nikodos giving chase to Ghosts. A lost round as G2 slip on in, thanks to a keen double from Nico and a quick turn from Hunter in the ramp room to save the day.
Monacy's already hunting. He went silo to hunt down this kill, so he knows that Nikodos has to get out somewhere, and hell is not the place to be right now.
And you can see the frustration on Nerds' face. He knows he had this round for his team. If he maybe even just gets one kill, it's enough. And
then Nikodos is there at hell, and he drops a bomb, and he can play it. So, yeah, that's a disaster.
I feel like I want to see G2 do like the wider smokes outside, right? Because we've seen Heroic have like this real sense of always wanting to blow those open and fight through it. And I think you get given a few more angles to kind of ease your way into when those smokes get blown open, instead of, as you pointed out earlier, like when Monacy's trying to scope on the smoke wall for outside. When it's this close, there's just so many angles that you don't get to like pre-adjust to before that smoke blows.
I think, though, this was a good adjustment from G2 when it comes to exactly that, because they saw Heroic didn't necessarily immediately destroy the smoke. So if we throw them and run, we'll get into secret before they get information. And I think that helped Nico find the entry on Kixan.
Nikodos has to be the hero now. He's throwing himself forward. He's been left to the wayside in back-to-back rounds, so it's time for Nikodos to have his say. We have a tight angle for Nerds. They're just going to walk this. They have all the utility in the world. We need smokes for the cross, or there will be casualties for G2.
And surely not. They know there's an op in the round as well. That would be really risky.
Nice. I like how they throw these on the fly as well. They've got actual lineups for them. Modesty goes over, Nerds reads it. He saw that last time. He's going to deal with it this time. 5-on-4, and Heroic have that AWP pre-rotated. It goes for the re-peek. It's in the molly. Nikador's living for now, and his ex-teammate won't even hound him down. They want to reset and go main. Nerds again back garage.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this could all come tumbling down the way it started if Nerds goes on a tear here, but Hunter with a clutch shot once again onto Nerds. That's now twice in a row. He's put a stop to that multi-kill potential from Guy. And so now 4v4 G2. One man down at lower. That's Hooksy locked in this fight. The rest of the gang taking some real estate over at Hell. They want to try and join up with Hooksy.
He really wants his kill because he knows he's legged him as well. The pistol was out, 20 seconds. They're rooting ramp down to B. They're trapping Nikados in. He thought they were going heaven. Now he's got to deal with this, and he knows he can stop that bomb and win the round. Going for a crazy move, but Nico's going to catch him on the rafters. Doors covered. Hooksy kills rotations, and just when you think Heroic have everything they need, it all comes crumbling back down. Low HP though. Nico still taps out a second shot. Tesses needs this kill instantly, and Hooksy is too far away. He could just stick it for all it's concerned. Smoke fading. He gets off. He freaks out. He fears it. And Hooksy comes in for the kill. The captain clutches up for G2 at the end of the half. It is an absolute heartbeater of a round. And G2 hold on 6-6.
He's moved himself a little deeper, nearly at the vending machines. Casey's holding for a ramp push in total. Robs is intelligent enough not to push forward until the right time to strike.
Yeah, Robs hasn't seen a whole lot in ramp room. Double kill when they came there the one time, but other than that, now he's in a position, if they go ramp, I mean, it's at least one, but he's got a really fast turnaround to get involved in action towards the upper bomb site as well.
This is a perfect position for the AUG. Carrigan cannot make it work. Olim comes in with a headshot. Now Rain detecting the players coming out of Squeaky and trying to draw a distraction to allow Robs to flank around the back, and also the player inside of the site up in the rafters. Well, it's got to be Frozen because all of his teammates are dead, and Frozen leaping off the top rope. He is destroying them with acrobatics, and now it is just Fly on the AWP, and he gets it done. Rebels with their first round.
Yeah, but Frozen almost brings that back in the 1v4, and you can just see it. He's got to be sitting there like, come on, just stay alive. I'm up in, they're not on the upper bomb site. Nobody needs to move. Everybody just chill.
They had to win that one, Jason.
They did have to win that one.
You couldn't leave it down to Frozen alone in the rafters and lose the round from that.
Yeah, you can start taking advantage of all this stuff kind of in a way, because I think FaZe up 7-0, I think, you know, everyone's probably starting to get a little bit horny looking for all the kills they can find, knowing that they feel very confident just challenging. Nice quick scope.
Brokey especially. Can't hold him back.
Brokey's one of those players, when he gets in a certain mood, you just kind of got to unleash him.
Yeah, you just got to let him go. He's his own wild beast. Send him out, let him do what he does best. Sometimes it looks amazing. Sometimes he misses 5 op shots. But that's the Brokey we love.
It's the nature of the beast. Round number 9.
They brought Carrigan down to a 5-7. Don't really think that'll matter too much, but let's see. Smokes go out towards the top side again. Rebels willing to use the utility very early on in these rounds. Just trying to establish some control. Carrigan feels emboldened, only having a pistol. He can go for a risk, push through hut, and get information. Yeah,
a little bit of information. He spotted at least 2, maybe 3 players that he can call out towards lobby. There's not that wall of smokes outside. Rain and Brokey are both pretty committed to the outer yard. And Brokey's going to start sliding back just as there's not a whole lot of attention that warrants his presence.
Here comes the attack for Rebels into the top bomb site. Carrigan, the first play up on top hut. He's got...
Nerds and Nikados continue to find success for Heroic. Looking like a real backbone package between these two. They've been able to get them off to a rip-roaring start with a couple of clutch rounds coming in for the G2 squad. They have at least salvaged a 6-6 scoreline. The last one coming in from Hooksy, even though he sits down bottom of the board, headed into round 12 with just 1 kill to his name. He finds a 1v2 to secure an even scoreline for his team. But the real talking point for this G2 squad has been m0NESY's performance. He sits at, I think it was plus 34 in this series. Insane numbers from him, and he finally has one teammate switched on in Nico. So let's see Hunter run out on the top side. m0NESY battling for control of the door, and he will secure it. Next, they're out from heaven, lends a helping hand, and m0NESY chases down that last kill. It's a big triple from m0NESY in the pistol as he continues to put his best foot forward here to open up the G2 run in Katowice.
m0NESY Unchained. To think he almost lost track of that player in door, and he ends by just leaping into the hut to finish the round. Knows he needs to put his team in his backpack sometimes, and he carries them all the way home from school. 7-6. G2 don't even have to deal with the typical second round force buy. There's been pretty pacey on these T sides for Heroic when they do come in. This is the first map, I think, that we've seen CTs even win the pistols.
Yeah, a great moment for G2 to win both pistols. Eco from Heroic just with the smokes. But to G2, it looks like it's a force.
Ooh. Now the m0NESY 3K.
Easy.
And next is just here to mop up the remainders. So 1 death in the round, but the M4 at least saved out of it. G2 stick the landing versus the Glocks.
Let's see, I wouldn't count Heroic out yet. They've been playing some really good Counter-Strike this series, and you know, for Saw and Nuke was one of their better maps, right? Definitely a lot of set pieces in there. So they can do this still on the T side, but an early round would mean a lot. G2 with momentum, one of the scariest teams out there.
That is true. That kind of combo the nade with that molly off the roof. Catching any player falling off of it. But Hooksy is, or rather Hunter is up on top anyway, climbing. Going to cross outside. Do we have on the fly smokes? There are 2 available here. One of them's back in spawn though. That will be the wall for Heroic to allow them to cross down. m0NESY is there though. Wouldn't want anyone else right now. He's going to take a quick pick and block.
Yeah, I think at this point in the game, if this wasn't a strategy already after how this series started, you see m0NESY, you look to go elsewhere.
And the point here is, like, they've already used a lot of utility. G2 should keep track of this, right? So now there's no need to challenge anymore. The pressure is on Heroic. They used almost all of their utility. They couldn't get into secret. So it's going to be difficult to end this round. Perhaps just a smoke main flash and try to go out A, or create some, put some pressure so that Nikolos can play on yard.
Oh, they just walk.
Spotted by Hooksy though. And death comes swiftly to Nerds. There's the push out from ramp. Bit of aggression in from Hunter as well as he creeps the smoke in the door. Shush, 1 kill, end of the line. Nikados never given the room in this one. Lost to the hands of time out in the yard. And so the first rifle round also goes the way of G2.
But what did we talk about for m0NESY on overpass, if you go back to it? Decision making, positioning, choosing where to go at the start of the round. Now he just goes straight secret with the rifle, or maybe not straight, but he goes to secret. Nico is the yard player, and you know, Heroic is trying to put some pressure A before they do the smokes outside. He's in perfect position to punish that, as you see here, and at that point the jig is up for Heroic. They don't have utility left to really gain control somewhere else. If you didn't get yard and you spent all your utility, those narrow choke points on A and even ramp, it's very difficult to turn the round in your favor. Nerds tries to make a play, but gets killed on A, and Now it's looking pretty grim for Heroic. No bomb plant either. They have this hero AK. It has to be a half buy at this point behind it. And Nikodos, he's been playing well this series, but really needs to step up now and find some kills to give Heroic a lifeline.
Yeah, there was a point where Heroic were 6-4 up in this map, and G2 have won every round since a hot streak of 5.
Heroic have got a lot of nades here, so they're going to try and rain those in at the start of the round. I imagine over towards main. Is anyone unfortunate enough to be on the receiving end? No. Nico knows better, so that early attempt at kind of cheesing their way to an opener falls on deaf ears. And so now it will be Nikodos with this hero gun having to open up the round.
I do like these on-the-fly walls people are throwing. They're just taking their time. They get towards red. It's not, you know, clear as well. They missed one in this round. G2 are nailing them. You know, you don't see the smokes flying over the top. You get time to prime your nades, get in position. Hunter, headshot. You needed Nikodos and you got him. A big kill down B. Hooksy looking like he wants to make a play, but they're double door right now to cut that rotation.
The bomb is down on ramp.
Ah.
For Heroic, so that makes this round pretty awkward.
It's not ideal.
Oh, Hooksy has just slipped this timing past them, and they're trading places with him, crossing out the door into the site. Only time will tell who this favors, but Hooksy just peels off and goes and rejoins his teammates in at the ramp. Tessez with one of these scavenged guns, 30 seconds left to make a move if you're Heroic, and this one is going to be living and dying on the hill of this bomb. Nertz and Shush both eliminated by Hooksy. And for Nikodos and Tessez, there should be no win in this one. They've got 15 seconds and a full ramp stack to get past. No more kills for Nikodos. It's all m0NESY all day. 21-9 as he is putting in a world-class performance across this series. And I think, you know, that, if anything, speaks volumes as to both how quiet his team have been and how well Heroic have been playing.
Did Kixer just not know he had the bomb? That seems like the only way that happens, right? Like he just runs out alone with a Glock.
I think it's because Nexa threw the molly, right? So his teammates didn't really follow through with him. He had the bomb, and really unfortunate for Heroic. m0NESY plus 34 for the series without this map.
Yeah, it's about to go even higher.
Plus 46 as of right now. Just an incredible performance for him, and Heroic needs to start putting some rounds on the board here.
And what's most impressive about those scorelines is like he's in single-digit deaths, but it doesn't feel like he's not a Shiro, you know? He's not a hyper-passive AWPer. He'll happily throw himself in for opening kills.
Remember Anubis.
That's how he gets most of his picks, right? He's you know, the opening piece on the CT side. So yeah, it's even more impressive when you think about that. If you think m0NESY, you don't think passive, but the numbers, well, they disagree. Right, nice little flank in the lobby. There's a quick A split coming though, so they've got to be fast on this ramp side. Hunter spray is ugly, but don't worry, there's a backline and there's a bomb dropped as well as the round. Nexa finds a big spray, and G2 continue this massive streak.
And the celebration is huge there out of G2. They know how important winning that round was, right? They can feel the momentum picking up. You said G2, when they've got a bit of momentum behind them, so hard to put a stop to. And critically there, after more rifles getting brought forward, this is the back-breaking of Heroic, a team that have been able to long out these games in OT, have been able to compete in OT. This one might get cut short on the back of the money alone, and that's why you see Hooksy just exploding in celebration at the culmination of that round.
So sad to see Heroic go out with a whimper in this way. They've been hyper-competitive all series. Nertz has had a fantastic first two maps, but this third one, we've seen some issues, we've seen some whiffs, and we've seen some rounds that Heroic will regret in the long run.
And this is why it's so hard to play from behind, right, to Nuke, because you haven't won any rounds, you haven't conditioned your opponent. Every play in the book is open to them, and G2 with another good setup, right? It was the aggressive ramp play that really saved them here with Nexa on the flank finding the kills.
Oh, Nico arrives on the scene out in the yard.
He's here.
Only the one. Nikodos tries his hand at the double, but Hooksy Able to drop that hero gun outside. Nerds will at least gain some real estate, but this is something G2 have to be considering in the back of their minds. As to whether or not Nex is going to be prepared for it, that's a whole different factor. He's creeping forward out in the yard, and so this player down low is still not even known about. Nerds now arrives. Monacy's not considering this. A flick will be required if he wants to locate this man moving out secret, and that shot sails on past. This is awkward for Heroic, though. They've got one smoke to try and ease the burden of crossing past Monacy's AWP. I don't know if it's a one smoke kind of cross game right now, boys. Not with the game that he's having. He nails Shush on the cross. Hooksy already down at lower, and it's all left on to Kixan. Heroic having to come to terms with the fact that this game has well and truly gotten away from them. Double doors swing open. Everyone watching on, their fingers crossed, praying that Kixan can offer up a 1v3. The weight of the world on his shoulders, and that weight might be too much to bear as Kixan whittled down and moments away from getting finished off here. Hooksy will be the one to do it.
He's had a lot of high-impact kills in this series, hasn't Hooksy? 3 right there and then, and G2, not that he's going to leave the server, leave the series as the savior of G2. That's no doubt Monacy, but it's felt like a very good day in the office for G2.
I think it's also the small things. Like after this kill, he falls back. Even though G2 is rolling and they're winning rounds, like they're in a 3v1, like he doesn't give any freebies to his opponents. Always aware what's the best move for his team to win the round, and that cannot be underestimated.
From 6-4 up to 6-12 down, will this be the 9th round in a row for G2? If so, this series is dead. And G2 continue their group run. In fact, start their group run here at Katowice. Heroic coming hot off the play-in.
Yeah, and I think, they can have their work cut out for them, honestly. Like, Monacy has been fantastic, but really that's been the main talking point here for G2. It's another round where he looks to get tested with this AWP. Hunter wins a fight in the hut, and Monacy succeeds on the ramp side, ducking and weaving out of danger, and now he's ready to become the danger. In with the ramp swing, he is the one who knocks here, and he's knocking down Heroic. Just Nikodos left standing, and even though this guy's given us star-studded performances in this series, it's Monacy that we'll be talking about. G2, 13-6 victory, and it's spearheaded with a world-class, absolutely mind-boggling performance from Monacy.
What else could you want from this guy? He's in fighting form, back-to-back grand finals at Katowice. G2 looking like a team that might be able to run for another one. They've still got more group stage to play, and we'll have to see Heroic fare in the lower bracket.
I mean, take a bow, Monacy. What a incredible series from him. Heroic played great CS, put up a good fight, but Monacy just wasn't going to be denied, especially if you go back to that first map on Overpass. He almost had 40 kills. And G2 stays alive, goes into the next round in the upper bracket.
Watch out, Zaiwu. He's coming.
Yes, I'm going to be talking to Monacy. They're making rather their way back right now, if once at least. Hello. Congratulations. I'll let your teammates pass as well. What a performance out of you. What a way to start Katowice.
I don't know, I just played my game. Don't know, nothing really special. I mean, I played not bad, can be better still, but my team helped me to play like this.
I think you played absolutely out of your mind, but still, I think I know what you're getting at. As a team, that seemed like a frustrating series to start Katowice, right? At some moments, because you played overtimes, you had your own map where maybe you should have done better. So what are the things you might have wanted to improve on?
I don't know, I think it just, I don't want to go in details, like, because like I think we played really long best of three, and maybe they got tired as well, and maybe we got tired as well. But on Anubis we could just fix some mistakes, and it could be better. We could play better as a team on Anubis, just making some plans as a team together better, and just nothing else. I think as a team, I think individually, like, everyone is playing good. So yeah, but see you next game.
I still have one question, so unfortunately.
No problem, no problem.
No. The final question would be about, of course, last year is where you really had your breakout performance in Katowice and everyone was looking at you. You start the tournament in the same way here this year, and of course you ended up winning the title with G2. How far do you think you're off of that level, and what kind of a peak can we expect out of your team?
I don't really know, but I think like we had different lineup before, and coming into this tournament, like we still need to improve like so many things, you know. But we will just try to show our best. But I don't know, coming into this tournament, third time, just feeling for I don't know, like staying here and playing and sitting in here and playing, just feeling for me, feeling really good, you know. I don't know, maybe some spirit here, flying, you know, and helping our team or and even me to win. But I just feel really nice as a team and individually as well. But we can play even better.
Thank you. Good vibes here for you in Katowice is what I gather. Back to you.
65 kills over the series. I don't know about you, Manasi, but I think that's pretty darn impressive. He's such a humble king, isn't he?
You know, you just made a small mistake, but that's very on point because he actually had 90 kills. I also thought this was the full series. I almost made the same.
I didn't refresh the HLTV page, did I?
And you would have been remiss to think this was a whole series, right?
Oh
I am right there with you. I was about to tweet it, and let's just put it out there, right? I'm holding my phone in my hand. I know that's not really broadcast friendly, but when Manasi is answering questions from FPS saying, you know, it was a team effort. It wasn't necessarily me. My team was helping me. We are looking at a total of Huxi 38 kill, Hunter 43 kill, Nexa 40 kill. We have here Nico 51 kill, Manasi 90 kills.
Oh.
It comes a point where you can be humble to a point, but bitch please, like you are actually an actual hyper carry. What the hell was this performance?
This was a great performance from Manazi, and if he hadn't had that performance, then Heroic could take the series because we saw really impressive team plays from Heroic. Actually, I would say that there's no one necessarily standing out for Heroic. It's everyone taking turns. One round it's this one round it's that one, and it was mainly down to their team play and their initial plans that were getting them any footing into the game. And every time G2 slowed down, that's when Heroic had a chance. And every time Manazi was alive in the late round at clutch,